Welcome to Beyond Profile. Today is April 10th, and we're into a new earnings season which starts today, and a market that obviously is down from Friday's job number. Yesterday we had rallied back to some significant levels here, the 8250s, and then sold off quickly right into the last 15 minutes of the day. We've got some numbers underneath us, obviously, that would be a major focus for us. The first one would be that Fed day, the low from that day, which is 70s, 1370s. Next one obviously is the gap fill from this day here, the prior day, which is 1366.50. And then the third one would be this high volume area, which I would be even more interested in it at the 63 level. If we come down to that level, I'm very much looking as a swing long trader from that area for some sort of a bounce back up. You can see for the month of April so far, where is all the volume at? This profile over here represents the developing April profile, and most of the volume for it is in that 90-92 area. So that's going to be a stumbling block as of at least right now. Again, we're only 10th. Today's the 10th. A few days of trade. But these would be the areas to the downside. If you're wondering, where are we going, these would be the areas. First one would obviously be to see if we can take out this wide range bar from that Fed day. Then, of course, the gap fill, and then the 63 number, which is the high volume area from that area back from the prior month profile, which is March. So this composite right here, you get 63. So looking at today, again, if we get some nice rallies, pushes up, we're going to look to sell. I think eventually we'll get this gap fill down here. We should have some more volume today. Europe was out yesterday. And the market, although you had a good day, it was rotational. The overnight trade right now is rotational inside of. I pulled the 30-minute chart into the window here. You can see we're pretty much just rotational balance. You've got 72s on the top bottom and 82, 83 on the top side. The overnight actually puts in a lower high at 80.75 and a little bit of a higher low at 74. So this balance area is within yesterday's range, and the drop from Friday, obviously from these highs, these 93s down to this area. So we'll have to wait and see how we open with internals. Yesterday the Nasdaq had a really good move in the market. Apple Computer broke out to all-time highs yesterday and really driving the flow of the Nasdaq. And the Nasdaq had a really good move. Let's look at that daily, because it came right off of almost the prior monthly point of control and actually flipped it yesterday for the current month. Here's your Nasdaq daily. This is that 2711. If we were to come down to that, that's equivalent to that 63 number I showed you on the ES. And you can see the difference in relative strength. And in the morning when we started in the room, I said if we're going to get long, we ought to get long the Nasdaq, because the Nasdaq has a lot more relative strength even pre-market. You can compare the two charts just even on the daily. On the S&P, if you look at where Fed day was on the NQ, it's down over here, which would be 2660, 70 area, and we're way up here still. So, a lot more relative strength in the Nasdaq than there was in the S&P yesterday going into the morning. So if you're going to play one versus the other, this was the one to play long. This will be a focal point for us still on the downswing, 2711s. And for the most part, it's still trying to build this balance area where we had this prior P formation and continuation, and now just backfilling some of this and that level. If we break that, then that's going to open up the door for some really quick movement back to the downside in this Nasdaq. All right, folks, have a good trading day, and we'll see you in the trading room.